evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year to everybody in chat. Happy New Year to everybody on the replay, and especially Happy New Year to you guys.
Oh my God. He's been possessed by a shock jock. Somebody call a priest.
Don't do it for charity. Do it for charity. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all right. Hope you had a nice festive holiday, or what little holiday we had.
Yeah, if you can call it festive. Happy New Year, everybody in chat.
Yes, Happy New Year, darlings.
As Matt says, hope you all had a lovely time, considering the current climate that we're in and still stuck in.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like Christmas this year.
It didn't. I've got to admit, it did not feel like Christmas.
And I must admit, this this must be the first year that I can honestly say I wish to God it wasn't as long. I mean, I had 10 days off and it felt like an eternity. And I don't mean that to sound bad because I was at home with Jules and that, because it certainly wasn't. It was like, what can we do today? Nothing.
I don't think we budged from the couch, really. I mean, saying that, I've not been well, but Jan wasn't 100%, should we say. So we did a lot of telly watching.
Yeah.
And let's face it, the weather wasn't great either.
No, we had some lovely days up here, I must admit. And then that kind of storm hit. And everywhere was flooded out. But no, we had some lovely days. I mean, was it Christmas Day? I think Christmas Day was lovely. Sun was out, Christmas Day. I'm sure it was. I might be mistaken. But I know
it's been grey and miserable here.
We had a few lovely sunny days. Don't get me wrong, it was cold, but it was lovely and sunny.
Oh, you don't mind it cold. You can always wrap it warm.
Scotland gets the sunshine in the middle of bloody winter.
And
you, BFG, how's your Christmas been?
I had a very family-orientated Christmas. Saw the kids Christmas Day. Went across to see the aged parents on Boxing Day for Father Dear's birthday. Ended up having to sit through my baby photos being shown to Dawn most of the day.
Did you have one with your little winkle out?
No, I bloody didn't. I was just blonde and gorgeous.
Want to buy some?
It's you. You've been at my only
so
friend.
You're telling me there's not one with you in the bath? There's normally one with you in the bath.
No, there's one of our kid in the bath, and me stood like a model from Next with one leg up on the table, one leg on the chair, and this little wanger hanging. That one got hidden. I think I burned that one when I was about 15.
I was going to say, I was about 23 at the time that was taken.
No. I was a mere 5 or 6, I think. Hold on. No, there's 3 years between us, so I'd have been about 4 years old.
Oh, bless.
Oh, no, there's usually the one where you're about 5 or 6 months in the bath giving it.
Yeah, no. There's normally... I know there's one of me.
Yeah, that must admit there's one of me somewhere doing that as well. At that age.
Bless you. Shall I say good evening to those in chat?
Well, before we go any further, after the last comment on the Christmas show, what are you two bringing to the show for entertainment wise?
Well, I'm going to do a little song and dance number if that's okay with you, Mark. I've been polishing out my tap shoes.
And you, BFG, what you planning on doing this
evening?
I'm
just going to stay quiet. It'll probably improve the show no end.
Well, I was going to attempt to saw you in half while juggling.
Juggling what?
Exactly. Windmills come to mind. Yes, go and say hello to people in chat. We've missed them.
We should definitely do a helicopter flyby one day and see what happens. Right, good evening, Mr. Stone. I hope we find you well. Alex Jade Robertson. Hello and huggles. I think that's Gareth rather than Alex, but
I still don't mind giving Gareth a huggle.
I'm
Extra
up for a
huggle
hug.
for Gareth.
Hey, up me duck, how you doing, dude? Ben Huckle. We have some congratulations to give.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Huckle got engaged today.
Oh, bless.
Congratulations.
So congratulations to you both, and may you have lots of snuggles and happiness. Bill Richards, good evening, sir. Fee! Huggles! Why am I doing it to the screen and not to the camera?
Was your tape?
Frankomizer, good evening, dude. Free Rider Vapor, good evening. Oh, it is Alex. Gareth Stone, Huggles. Grateful Ant, good evening. John Vaping Joker, good to see you, dude. Jules, darling.
Jules, huggles.
Leon Martinez, good evening. Mark H, dude. Mick Hodson, good evening, cousin Mick. Hope life finds you well, sir. Miss JP, good evening.
Good evening.
Huggles.
Huggles.
Norse Vapor, good evening. Alan, Orion's Braces.
Hey up, buddy. Good to see
Yo,
you.
Alan.
Rasper was, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So, could be mom. I'm not sure. Rasper, I apologise if I got the gender wrong. All right, dude. Stuart Valentine, good evening. And of course, the vivacious Vavavoom that is Vapor Bunny. Bongo.
Vapor Bunny, before we go any further. Got the limited edition one.
He's a squirter. Vaping Pasty, good evening, Dawn.
Huggles.
And somebody just dropped off the bottom of my list, so Vapor Queen Becky.
Huggles.
Darling, sorry. Huggles. We got anybody else in? No, Black Country Vapor. Good evening, Steve. Chris Doyle. Good evening.
Doily boy.
Andy, Essence of Vapes. Good evening.
Hey up, lad.
Faxi M's82. Good evening.
Fisty bumps.
I think that's everybody on the participants list. So if I've missed you out, give me a shout in chat and I will apologise and grovel. Oh, there we are. Just say shim, you'll be all right then. What's a shim?
A shim.
Oh, it's a she, him. Shim.
Rasper is male.
Rasper is male.
There we are. Dude, sorry, Rasper.
Yeah, I work football and cricket and all that lot, you know.
Dawn W, darling, how could I forget you? Huggles!
In cricket, posh rounders.
Martin Reed, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We do apologise, sir.
So,
Abdul Ghani, good evening.
keep
And I think that's it. Apologies, boss.
No. And everybody on the replay, hello and fist bump and extra huggles for you guys as well.
And Happy New Year to you as well.
So, I've mentioned already that what I'm vaping on, I've gone all squonky. It's all because of this. I've now gone squonky, so I'm squonking in here. So, what are you guys on? What are you vaping on, Betty?
Nothing, because my batteries have all died. I was on my Gecko, but it's
I do like that one. Just show the people.
It's squonky as well, but
Yeah.
my battery's just bloody dying. I don't have any fresh ones up here, so that was all.
Jules, he's run out of batteries.
Yeah, so that was me. That's what I was vaping on, but it's went.
Did you get anything for Christmas, vapey related?
No, didn't want anything. I've got enough here, Mark. I mean, I needed another vape mod, RDA, RTA, like a bloody hole in the head. To be honest with you, I've got that much. We've got that much stuff here.
You shouldn't be saying things like this on a vape
Oh
show.
no, I've got other things that I need more than new vapey stuff.
So what did you get for Christmas then?
You're gonna like this.
It's not from Wish, is it? No.
I got that.
What a fabulously caring and loving wife you have.
And are they fresh?
Yes. My bollocks smell like the perfume counter at Boots the Chemist.
Dear Lord.
Hey, that's a good price, Black Country.
Ooh.
What's it smell of?
Minty fresh?
No. It smells quite manly, actually. I thought it would actually smell like talcum powder, but it don't.
Quite manly. So what, Parmesan?
It's got manly bollocks.
What do manly bollocks smell
This
like,
is supposed to
Stevie?
be- They'll normally have cheese, but hey-ho. That's actually quite nice, that. I've not used it yet.
You haven't used it yet.
No, because it's not. You really only need to use that when you're a man of my size and my kind of shape, kind of fucking round and shit. You only need to use that stuff when the weather reaches like 16, 17 degrees higher. Got to remember we're in Scotland, so when it reaches double figures on the old thermometer, that's subtropical for us. That's when that will come out.
I see.
To stop said Scottish love spud sticking to the inside of one's thigh. So ask me again in 5 months, make it 6, and I'll let you know.
And by all accounts, you don't want to be putting mint on your baubles.
I like the tingle, thank you.
Oh no. That's
Yes.
We've got a serious question here from Faxi. Have you had a look at the Dead Rabbit V3 yet? Just got one. And what is it like against the other Dead Rabbits? I haven't. And the reason why I haven't got a Dead Rabbit 3, I can't see point.
No.
To be honest with you, it's basically a version 2. Just looks like they've rounded off the posts and changed the airflow slightly. So I just haven't bothered.
Kind of flogging a dead horse or flogging a dead rabbit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the Dead Rabbit. I love the Dead Rabbit version 2 more than the version 1. But rounding off the posts, I can't see that making much of a difference.
I think they've done it for more of an aesthetic look rather than improving it, to be honest. So it's
going to be a good RDA no matter what.
Yeah,
it will be a good RDA and it'll be brilliant for building on, but I can't see much difference.
Just another cash grab, isn't it?
What do you think, BFG?
Well, I'm sure if you asked them, they'd give you some scientific bullshit about airflow, but no, I agree completely.
Fucking after a tin of beans, I can give them some scientific evidence about airflow.
Well, in theory, sharper edges are going to cause, if you've got air coming in, it's going to cause turbulence. Whereas it will flow around as smooth.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a feeling it'll be quite good. I think they're roughly about to what, £24.99, 25 quid, something like that at the moment.
I mean, a couple of months will be down to pennies.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait until they're about 20 quid or something.
I like my original. I like my V2. I really can't see the point of paying out for another one. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've got 3 original Dead Rabbits. I've got 2 V2s. I've got the Drop Dead. I've got the SQ. So I don't really need another.
Alan get his for 20 quid. That's a good price.
Yeah.
Mm.
And literally, I think because they're flogging a dead horse, it'll drop in price a lot quicker than the originals did.
Yes, because there's no name attached to it this time.
Well, I don't think there was a name attached to V2, was there?
No.
So
Evening Spence.
Evening Spence. By the way, Bunny, I wouldn't call 2 bottles of cupboard full, but yes, I do own some.
What's that?
The tea tree mint.
Oh,
You know, the shower gel that's supposed to send you cheeky bits into orbit.
That's a shower gel you use first thing in the morning when you're like a half-shut knife.
Opens the eyes. That's all I'm saying. I think the flavour is better than the flavour is better than the Vapor's Ratio 4s.
well, the Vaporesso 4s, yeah, well, that's kind of a copy of the V2, kind of.
Did Billy actually design the V2, or was his name just put in the box?
I can't remember without
I can't
going into
remember
my
either.
drawer and looking at the box because I've still got it. But I don't think it was Heathens, the V2. I think he disappeared quite quickly after all this lot went off. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure someone will be able to tell us.
I don't think it's got anything to do with the V3 though, has he?
I know when they started bringing out the tanks, he definitely didn't have a lot to do with them.
Yeah.
He's basically retired out of the vaping scene altogether, hasn't he?
But no, you know, at the end of the day, the first one was a groundbreaker. It was a cracker. It still is.
The style of deck, I would put it on par with sort of like the Velocity in the history of vaping. Because, I mean, let's face it, when the Velocity deck came out, after the 3 posts that we were used to, it was quite groundbreaking. And it was same with the Dead Rabbit. It was quite groundbreaking at the time. But
That ability just to pop your coils in and cut it off, that was brilliant. That was godsend. You know, I struggle with leg length. I always have. I know Mark can do it just by the phase of the moon and wafting his little fingernail under his nose. Watching him cut legs is quite something, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that. He seems to have this innate ability, but I'm not blessed with such mystical powers.
Daryl says he was.
He did
designed
come
the
back to
V2.
the V2.
Cheers for that, Daryl. The drop, I am a big fan of.
Yeah, I love the drop.
Fan.
Well,
Lynn,
saying that,
good evening.
what's it called as well? The Quietus. I loved that one.
Still use mine on a regular basis.
And you can pick them
they are.
up for less than a tenner now.
Cheap as chips. But, you know, there's so many old school out there that's still kicking out the flavour. You know, I mean, I was watching an interesting video this week. Might have been Vic, actually. Dear God, that sounds a bit bumlicky. Might have been Vic. They were talking about RDAs and how they're expecting the prevalence of RDAs on the market to drop because RDAs were demanded by the American market.
Now, that's interesting you should say that because I've had 2 emails this week alone asking me to review RDAs.
Oh, I hope so. That'd be fab.
Happy New Year, guys.
I will admit this. This one kind of passed me by. RDTAs. Now, I did the review for the Pyro, and I said in the actual review that I thought that sort of like RDTAs were sort of like put back to the vaping history bin. But you'd be surprised how many RDTAs there are. There's loads of them out there. Once you start looking... It doesn't like you, that, does it? Oh, you're back there.
I see money in your future.
Yeah, going out.
I didn't say you were hanging on to it, son.
I mean, it also, because I watched Vic's, I think it was his, the year that he was talking about that. And he is right in what we were saying about, we all keep on saying that it's filled with disposable pods and AIOs, but there's been a lot of mods out last year.
Well, yeah.
A hell of a lot of mods.
And if you will excuse me being exceptionally unprofessional, I just have to go and grab something in order to answer the question that you asked Stevie as well. So give me 2 seconds. I shall be back.
What question did they ask me?
I can't remember what question.
What we got? Cause my matey
We've got
got
an
that,
IPV.
the IPV. What a little workhorse that is! It is a
Good, isn't
cracker.
it?
Oh, I mean, admittedly, I've got the geek vape on top, so that's just running a stock coil. I did whack the warhead on it. It was a little large,
It's a little large.
just a little smidgen, but by God, what a vape!
It's a cracking and it's really comfortable in hand as well.
Hey up, I wouldn't do that. If you're considering the IPV, if you want something straightforward, no frills, simple menu, go for it.
Yep.
And it is a lovely tactile vape. I mean, I've got fairly big hands.
No shit, Sherlock.
Now, it's normally me that's saying, I've only got little hands. Oh, I've got big hands, yo.
It is a corking vape. It can power. I mean, some things good for tanks, not so good for RDAs. This little puppy seems to be flat across the board. It's providing the power. It's nice and smooth. It's cracking.
And considering it's just 18650s as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't got that many 21700s to be fair. So
You know
it'd be-
something? I run more 21700s than I do 18650s nowadays. I think I only use 18650s now for testing devices. Me personally. Saying that, me personally, I have not stopped using this. I really haven't. It is a corking little device. Do like it. Big thumbs
Oh,
up
cheers
to
for that,
us,
Stevie. Apparently the new IVP's 30 quid. Evo Vaping.
You wouldn't believe that price for that mod, would you?
It's a cracking mod. And it doesn't feel cheap and,
It don't, no.
you know.
I mean, 30 quid for something like that. Once upon a time, you'd be paying 100 and odd quid for something like that.
Yeah.
Especially
really
with the
would.
EE chip in it. I mean, it is a corker. It's a lovely clear screen as well. I mean, I'm getting ancient. The old eyesight's going. And even without the glasses, I can read everything on that.
Yeah, I remember you Bill mentioning that before, the 0.1. But saying that, when you've got a regulated device, do you really need to build that low?
Very rare I go below.
I mean, 0.1, yeah, I can understand it if you're running a mech, but on a regulated device, you don't need to have it that low, surely.
I think it's if you've got mechs and you...
Yeah, and you're swapping and
Swapping the
changing.
RDA.
Oh, yeah, I totally appreciate that, but you could have a dedicated RDA that was a little bit higher.
Oh, you had to tell them about the cup, didn't you?
The cup.
We took Dawn's sister out for lunch because it was her birthday. And we went to this gastro bar and I asked for a cup of tea. And I was expecting a mug, at worst a teacup.
Whoa. What the is a gastro bar?
It's a pub that sells ale and fancy food.
You just say a fucking pub then?
Well, no, because it's like a little sort of bijou cafe bar thing.
Pub.
No,
Posh pub.
no, it's more of
Posh nosh.
more of a restaurant with a bar.
So a bit like Witherspoons.
No, I couldn't hear banjos when I walked in. All right.
Your feet went stick
Hey,
to the
there's no wrong with banjos. You keep banjos out of it.
Posh pub done.
It's very nice.
We went
He
to
could have
yes.
turned around and said, it's a yay old inn.
No, it wasn't that posh.
Gastropub. Fuck's sake.
Thank you, Bunny. It's a coffee shop with a bar in, basically. There we are.
Yeah, but when you say gastro, doesn't that actually obviously make you think of wind and things in your tummy?
That's why I was asking.
No.
I'm just saying, we say gastro.
Gastronomique.
What?
Oh, it's doodah.
Gastro on ain't bollocks. Okay.
Gastrobollocks.
So you went to a gastrobollocks.
Yes, well, they gave me,
They gave you.
the smallest bone china teacup and teapot you have ever seen in your life.
Oh, I bet that was lovely to see that.
No, I bet he was normal size and some, just a normal person's hands, but because his are that fucking big, Lilliput springs to mind.
Oh no, it was fucking tiny, mate.
Did you have your dollies with you as well?
Am I dollies?
Yeah, your dollies.
Jemima and Hamble.
Yeah, for your tea party.
Stop it. This thing was so tiny, mate. I couldn't even get a finger through the handle.
I thought he was going to say something else there.
It was.
Going to get his finger in the hole.
It was absolutely tiny, mate. I mean,
when they say that you're going to wet your whistle, was that literally it?
Yeah, basically one good gobful and it was gone. You were filling it again.
And I bet it wasn't cheap.
Wasn't bad, to be fair. Wasn't bad at all.
What, meaning you didn't need a mortgage?
I've paid more at Shed, the local bar and pub near us, but I mean, there's normally a lot more ale on the bar bill when we go there.
So
Did
that's
they have grown-up chairs as well, or were they little chairs?
No, they were quite comfy chairs, to be fair.
He was in primary 5.
Was it for little people?
For the little people.
It was a
No,
gastro for little people.
stop it. Oh, I cannot
Watch
get
out for the little people, Gulliver.
There's a giant coming in.
Leave it. Oh, come on, get him.
The Top Gear. To be honest with you, I've not seen it properly. Well, I've seen pictures of it, but I've not seen it in the hand, to be honest with you. So I couldn't tell you really much about it. Has any of you lot seen the Dovepot Top Gear DNA 250C?
No.
I mean, it's got a 250C chip in it, so it'll be a good little mod. Well, chip-wise.
Yeah, it'll be bloody pricey, though. I'd have thought. Oh.
What's the matter now?
Oof.
And I'm having problems with my batteries.
Shit. Yeah, the Top Gear DNA 250C mod by Dovepot reduced from 160 quid to 90 quid.
Faxi says it's only 60, wherever he's getting it from.
That's a bloody good price, then.
Bloody right. Well, that's
It's the right price, that, for a DNA.
£90 from Evolution.
That is a crap. Faxi had ripped their arms off at that price, mate. Bloody hell.
And A Up Me Ducks says, because it's Dovepot, the customer service is brilliant if you ever break it or have any issues. That's always good.
I must admit, never had a problem with customer service on Dovepot stuff.
To be fair, I've never had a problem with Dovepot. I've still got me V's and that lot. And they're running fine. And I've had them, 3-4 years.
I'm trying to see where mine is. See it
It's from
somewhere.
a company called Vaping Style. I've not heard of them before, to be honest with you.
I must admit, Jules had a couple of problems with her top sides, and she got them replaced without any problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because you were having a problem with the, whatchamacallit, doors, weren't you?
Door. Yeah. But she ordered a load of doors just in case. But the doors come for the standard top side. They didn't come for the carbon because the carbon's got the Yeehee chip in it. So I had to make some slight modifications to that to get it to fit. But a couple of minutes drilling an extra couple of holes and filing them out was absolutely fine. But no, Dove customer service is really, really good.
Vaping Styles, Mrs. Flatcaps.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. I always forget about that bit. Sorry, Flat Cap, if you're watching.
He did pop in to say hello.
He did, yeah.
Dovepot have a UK-based repair and spare parts man called Andy. He's a sound bloke. He charges next to nothing for the parts. If you have a second-hand part, it's free, but you pay for shipping.
That's blooming good.
That's good.
Yeah, but look after your punters and they come back.
That's it.
And like you say, I mean, my V and the V2, you know, not the V2, the Gordon Bennett, the potentiometer.
Your MVV.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
The MVV. The
I
skull
always
one.
get those two mixed up with the V. Oh, never mind. I'll shut up now. It's been a long day.
Question there for you, Mark. Have you had any problems with the Quest skunk bottle slipping down?
None whatsoever. I've had, I mean, since I got it, literally, I have not stopped using this. And yeah, got to be fair though, a lot of the time I don't pull this out. That might be a reason. When I'm filling it, I just turn it upside down and fill it. That could be the reason. Whoop. But obviously I'm now on a, just dribbled, because I'm on an RDA now. But I have mainly been using it with the Pyro. So I've only just sort of like been back onto this one for about a week, because it's perfect single coil at work. If you need to re-wick it, it takes 2 seconds. So yeah, it's been fine. Why is yours dropping down or something?
No, it was Paul Denby was asking.
All right.
No, because it's a specific bottle, isn't it, that comes with the mod. It's not a generic squad bottle.
It's a sledge. This.
Right.
It's on an actual sledge.
Yeah.
But I've had no problems it slipping out or anything like that. If you're having problems like that, I would definitely get in touch with whoever you got it from in the first place.
Because it may be just a tolerance issue on that particular sledge.
Because at the end of the day, it's still made in China.
Yeah, I mean, if you get something that's two plastic contact faces together and it's an interference fit, something is going to give eventually. I mean, it's like getting back to the top sides. It was the aluminium casing, but with the battery holder at the bottom. When you pushed it in, it caught on the little lips underneath, but they just eventually wore away.
Yeah.
I mean, I said that as soon as that mod came out. And Vic, went to see Vic one day and he says, "Have you seen this?" And I went, "No, quick look at that." And I turned it upside down. I went, "That's going to wear." And Vic says, "What do you mean?" And I showed him where it was going to wear, and that's exactly what happened.
But by all accounts, it's when he squonks, it drops down. No, definitely not. I've had no problems like that whatsoever with this. So it might be your tolerances.
Yeah, Bill's just head on this is fairly solid.
I believe that you can buy the sledges on their own. I'm almost certain you can. Maybe not directly from Lost Vape, but I've definitely seen it that you can buy the sledge. I think, where was I looking? On SoulOhm, on their website, they definitely sell the spare parts for it. So it might be a case of your sledge. Daft thing, I know you can't even try that way. I was going to say use the other sledge, but you can't because that's designed just to hold the bottle.
Cicero, good evening.
Cicero, hello.
Oh, good afternoon, sir. Oi, oi.
But I suppose when you think about it, that is its weakest point. Because you've got plastic running onto metal.
Yeah. It's like anything like that at all. If you're taking it in like that in and out constantly, something's got to give. And obviously, with plastic against metal, it's going to be the plastic that's going to go first.
Yeah, of course it is.
Unfortunately, but as Mark said, it depends on the tolerances. It would depend on the mold as well when it was made and manufactured. Whether there was a dodgy bit on the mold, or it came to the end of the run and they replaced the mold or whatever. It could be something as simple as that.
Yeah.
So it might be worth getting in touch with Lost Fate.
Yeah.
Because I've got to admit, my sledge is easier to get out now than it was when I first got it. When I first got it, it was really hard to actually push it out. But now it'll come out quite easily. So obviously it is wearing. But to be fair, like I said, I normally fill this, obviously, once my RDA's dry, I turn it upside down and just fill it that way. But it's another reason why I got that. Because it's top fill. As in the name. And it makes more sense instead of having it at the bottom. There's no sledge or anything like that to mess about with. You just unscrew and it's metal on metal, so...
And it's a nice size. It's not small. You know,
I don't know. I like the size of this. This is so comfy.
Fair enough on the mod, but the refill port, there's no way on earth I'm getting my fingers in that.
Oh, God, no. If you've got sausage fingers, you've got no chance. I mean, that I don't know if you can see that. Well, you can see that. Perfect. Look at the size of that. It is tiny. I said that in my review, that if you've got sausage fingers, you're going to struggle with that. I haven't. I've got little dainty fingers, so I'm all right. But I did say that to you, though, didn't I? You'd struggle. Whereas something like that, is as beefy as oat.
I like beefy. Beefy's good.
Oh, beefy's very good. Beefy's very good.
I must admit, it was quite disconcerting when you suddenly flipped the mod up to show me the bottom and just went, "You'll never get your fingers in here, son."
I must admit, I love the look of that Centaurus. The red kind of leather one looks absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, I was never one for this sort of fake leather on mods. But by God, it's really grown on me in the last sort of year or so.
But there's some mods out there that it suits and other ones that just cheapens it.
Yeah, I mean, the fake crocodile on this.
Sometimes it's like putting leather seats in a ladder.
There's nothing wrong with ladders.
I'm saying,
Mention the Centaurus bottom feed, and if the RDA isn't screwed on, it will not squant liquid until the RDA is screwed on. Oh.
Really?
Surely that's a...
Don't think so.
There must be like a one-way valve in it or something.
There is
like
a
that,
one-way valve in, but that's already pressed in. When you take the actual sledge out, that's where it releases it. So obviously, when you turn it upside down, it'll not leak through.
Fee, I've got a 20-year-old and an 18-year-old. I've been like that.
Yes, right. It will not squonk.
Take it easy, Alan. Yeah, so that there must be like a non-return valve in there.
There's definitely a non-return valve in the actual tank itself.
Right, so there must be a valve at the top. Then obviously when you screw your RDA on, it shoves that down to allow the juice to come round the side of it or something like that.
Yeah, that's definitely not squonking.
Well, that's a great thing, because how many times you've had a squonk and you've taken an RDA off the top of it, you've knocked the damn thing over, not realising, and came back, you've got a puddle on your desk, on your table, whatever. I've done it. I've done it on several occasions.
You're not kidding, mate.
But for a squonker, for 21700 squonker, I think it's great. I'm just so impressed with it, and I don't like squonking.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I mean, if I was in the market for another squonker, which I'm not, I would be tempted to buy one of them.
Sorry.
Bless thee.
So, what's your Cicero's just said the feedback he's had from the Centaurus is it's a battery heater.
Depends
Yours
on
has been
how
pretty-
you're using it. Right, I've got it at, 60 watts. Don't you see that? No, you won't be able to see that. I've it at 60 watts. That's lasting me roughly about 5 hours on 21700. If you start having that at 80 watts in that lot and you're chain vaping, yeah, of course they're not going to last.
Well, nothing's going to last. But those wattages, chain vaping.
It depends on how you vape as well. But saying that, I've normally got it in my mouth all the time, so
With a 21700 in it.
yeah, especially with 20.
So that will last. I mean, it depends on your batteries as well, I suppose.
Yeah, 55, around the 55 watt mark. I mean, I've got it at 60 watts, and it's lasting me literally about 5 hours.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I've had far worse mods than that.
Hell of a lot. In fact, comparing this for a Lost Vape, the Cyborg, you have that at the same, and that does eat your batteries.
How's the board in it, Mark? Is it user friendly?
Yeah, it's dead simple. It's the Quest board, the 2.0. It's been through all the different mods that you know, the Thelma and all that lot. It's the same one. And it's great. I mean, I've got the new Thelma 100 watt jobby. It's exactly the same chip. But great little chip to play around with. Very, very simple. You've got plenty of things to adjust if you so desire, but I 99% of the time just have it in wattage mode. You can change the colour of the screen if you so desire. You can have it in temperature control, bypass.
So it comes with a squonk bottle and a storage bottle.
Yeah, storage, but I think that's a cracking little idea. So for argument's sake, you had either an RDA or a tank that you wanted to put on it and didn't want to squonk, the space that it's holding, you carry your juice with you. So you've got a 9.5ml bottle of juice with you.
Bang on.
Now, for argument's sake, you're a mouth-to-lung vapor, that's even better. You can have it at, 25 watts. You've got a spare tank with you, and you've got your tank on top.
Mm-hmm.
Can't fault that.
You could just take one kit out with you all day long, especially if you're a mouth-to-lunger.
And one battery. Or one battery in it and one battery in your pocket in a case.
Bunny, I'm just so glad mine aren't having to be chased around the kitchen anymore. Oh, when Sprogs go from that baby stage to the toddler stage, and they go from 0 to 80, and they're into everything. What a nightmare that was. No, it's all right. The girls are discussing children. Fee's 17-year-old daughter is driving her nuts.
No, Jules has just confused me. Betty, stop reading my email. What fucking email?
Big Willie's been in touch again then, Steve. I feel they missed this trick not making it a C-frame.
I'm not quite sure how they could. I suppose they could make a C-frame. Looking at it. But out of all the... Because you got that type of battery cap, I'm not a fan of that, I've got to admit.
Oh,
But,
it's fucking pain in the ass.
and I said it in the review as well. This one, for some reason, I don't know why, or I don't know what it is, it's the easiest one I've ever had. I think it's because there's not that many threads on it. It's pretty, a couple of turns and it's undone. And to take it off and put it on, really easy. I've had no problems with it. And I don't like that style of battery cap. I really don't. But this one, it's been fine.
I don't like the bottom of the boost. That's got one of those, and that is an absolute pain in the arse.
Yeah, you're better off having a blooming 50p piece or something, are you, to undo that?
It's not bad, to be honest. I mean, the handles, even I can get into it. But the threading.
You know what that'll be? That'll be the O-ring at the bottom. If you take that O-ring off or change it for a thinner O-ring, you'll find it a lot easier.
Yeah, because you've got to really compress that O-ring before you start turning. And when you're in the car, you know when you're changing your battery, you're on your Todd, it happens.
You take your O-ring off. It's what I did. We had a customer when I worked at the vape shop, and she'd snapped the actual handle part. So you just couldn't. So I think it was either a 20p piece fits it in there, and I managed to get it off. And honestly, it was brute force getting this cap off. So what I did was, obviously she couldn't afford to buy another mod at the time, so I said, right, just take your O-ring off, and then it's just really easy to screw in and out. The only downside to that is that then obviously the mod becomes non-waterproof.
And it is, I mean, I do occasionally have the odd, shall we say, catastrophic leak. 9 times out of 10 when I've not put the coil in properly, but never had problems with anything getting into the battery compartment, which is always good. What we got here? When someone going to challenge the topside fill method? I don't think you can.
Didn't Geek Vape do one that was topside? Well,
Oh,
top
the
fillers.
Aegis Squonk.
Was it the Aegis Squonk?
I don't know. Aops just mentioned it. I don't do squonks, so I have no idea on this one.
And I'm literally only just getting into squonking again. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got squonkers and I've done it years ago, but this is the longest time I've ever squonked.
I had a couple of cheap ones from Knuckles,
Oh, Knuckle.
Yeah, Knuckle. But other than that...
See, the original squonking, it just never appealed to me. That I've already got a bottle, I have to faff around opening it up, unscrewing it, taking that straw out, then fill that bottle up, to put that on, get covered in juice when you're screwing the cap on, then you have to try and wiggle it in to get it onto your 510 pin, then you shut your door, you're covered in... I just couldn't be bothered with all that mess, especially with me being into mechs and RDAs. Why bother with all that when I can go blurt? And it's the same, basically it's the same thing. You've got a mech mod, instead of blurting your juice from the top, you're blurting it from bottom. So I could never see the point in squonking. Could not see the point in squonking.
Yeah, I mean...
when you sort of you're playing with stuff... This, I mean, how old's the top SQ topside? Is it 2 years old?
3, isn't it?
You think it's now, is it not? It must
No,
be
it's
coming up
more
for
than
3 years.
that.
It must be coming up for 3 years now, because remember, we've not been to an expo for nearly 2 years.
I know. So
If you think about it.
Was that the last expo, the top side? I think it was the one before.
No, it was the one before, but the SQ
the SQ.
was that the May wait a minute. Was that May 2019?
Because it was the SQ that came to rise for the clutch.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Because of this is how this came about.
Yeah, but Geek Vape don't make the squonker anymore anyway. I think Geek Vape have stopped making the squonker. As a matter of fact, we've got one in that drawer there.
And it's how ironic how things happen. It was because of the pyro that I found out that the Pyro RDTA will squonk. And I thought, oh, I wonder if it'll fit on this. And it did. And I was brilliant. I thought, this is ace.
Yeah, see, that kind of idea appealed to me. That's why I liked initially. I liked Squonkers initially because I was fed up walking about with a bottle of juice in one pocket, mod in another pocket, and batteries in another pocket. Whereas you filled up your Squonk bottle, and if you knew you were only going to be out 3-4 hours, that'd be enough to last me, especially. So I didn't need to take an extra bottle of juice with me to fill it up. So that worked out for me.
This is the reason why I got that.
Yeah.
Because that's 10 mil. That's 5 mil. So you just take that and probably one battery just in case.
Yeah.
See,
Think about it. back in the day when we all kind of first started our journey or vaping. I mean, it was a case of, right, where are we going? Or we're going here or going there or going wherever. It was a case of, right, how many bloody devices did you take with you? Right, I need that for that, and I've got that juice and that one, but wait a minute, but I like that juice too, so I'm going to take that one, that one. You ended up taking 3 and 4 devices.
Oh, if you've ever seen me when I was at Expo, I used to have no, it's not a bum bag. I had a military bag.
You had a fanny pack.
And literally, that used to be full of 18650s, a bottle of juice, and my Met Mod.
Yeah. But look at us now. I mean, look at as time's progressed. I'll take if I take a mod with me or whatever, because I'm not really vaping a great deal these days, especially when I'm out. I'll vape a little bit in the house, but I don't do it when I'm out because I don't know. I'm not going to a pub or anything like that, so I'm not actually sitting down and vaping. But no, things have changed. Whereas if I'm going out, I'll take one mod and that's it. I'll take something that's convenient that I can stick in a pocket that's not big and bulky. I mean, as you said, back in the day, Mark, you'd be walking about with umpteen different batteries in your fanny pack for your mech mod, plus all your juices. Possibly another 2 mods, maybe a pod,
especially
whatever it is.
Expo, you'd always carry a spare RDA just to save you wicking.
Yeah, yeah. Plus you took your coiling gear and that with you as well. You took spare coils, you took cotton, you took all your toolkit and everything with you. Jesus Christ, you were like a fucking AA roadside mechanic. I think things have just became a lot easier.
Yeah. To be fair, I always feel naked unless I've got 4 spare batteries with me and at least a couple of bottles of juice.
Yeah, you can always spot Steve when he goes to Lights Expo because he walks around like Will Riker with the weight in his jacket.
It's not that bad.
See, I still can't get away from being a mech man and an RDA man. I just can't. Even all the technologies that's come, I'm still that guy. I'm still that Cloud Bros Cloud guy, and that's why this.
That was one of the best things I ever bought, especially for going to the Likes Expo.
I still say that one's nicer than the V2.
As long as you put your favourite juice in it and you didn't mind vaping that on that all day, that lasted me. And John, Village Vapor, he was the exact same. It was basically him that got me onto that. He says, if you get yourself a Titan, he said, put your favourite juice in it, go to Expo, he says, you only need to take one device and your batteries will last you all day till you get back to the hotel, and then you can vape something different at night.
But it's not exactly pocket friendly, is it?
It isn't his pockets.
Oh, yes.
Did you need to carry a fanny pack with you with that one?
No, I just slip
not
it into...
you. We're not all giants like you.
No, I had a rucksack, dear boy. And you know that little pocket at the side that you put your water bottle in? That fitted. Right.
Yeah, that'll fit perfect, that. I'd be freaking walking around blooming someone nick it.
Stick it in the pocket on my cargo pants. It'll fit in a treat.
See, I couldn't do that. I couldn't put something like that inside a pocket, a pair of cargo pants.
No,
because they'd end up around my fucking ankles.
I'd be black and blue with bruises.
Is it going off your fucking leg?
The joys of flab. It absorbs many, many bumps and bruises.
I've got flab, but I'd be walking up that red carpet at Expo with tightening my cargo pant pocket, and I got halfway up there and fall flat in my face because my drawers would be at my fucking ankles.
Oh, Jules.
Jules.
If I put any more weight, it'll fucking fit between my boobs as well.
Jules, I don't believe you.
Oh, well past these there. I'll let you. Dawn asked me to make her a little latte stand, so I made Dawn a little latte stand.
Oh, brilliant!
Now you're talking.
Love it. Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
So that'll be getting posted off this week to Dawn.
Oh, should be a guinea kipper for that.
I'm glad you said it, Dawn. I was thinking it.
What? well, the thing is, we all know the size of Dawn's hands. Well, the majority of us know Dawn pasties get massive hands for a lady. I love the ladies, but she's got a big fucking hand. And a large size piston.
Hello.
Is that size?
Sazlex.
There's a difference.
Well, I mean, heck.
And that probably looks small in Dawn's hands. So yeah, so that'll be. I'll get that posted off on Saturday to you, Dawn.
Fee, don't try and help with maths homework. It's a different beast. I don't know what they did to maths since we were kids, but they've changed it completely. I tried helping my son with his, Jesus Christ, the tantrums, and that was just me.
Oh, I remember when our Ains kids were doing blooming phonics. He's like, what the phonic?
Yeah, a band from Wales.
They've got stereo, haven't they?
Oh, phonics, I know.
Oi, the dad jokes are mine, all right?
Yeah, just we were talking about that. I mean, I see that I've seen kids doing the long divisions all different from when we were at school and things like that as well. And the multiplication, you take this and you put it there and you do this and you do that and you do the next thing and you end up filling a page for one bloody sum where the likes of us lot could do it in a line.
Then you got your hand slapped because you didn't show your workings.
Mm.
I was a fucking calculator. Fucking
Hey, and not wrong with an abacus.
Yeah.
You know where you are with an abacus.
You do. Hey, I don't care what anyone says. There's nothing wrong with an abacus. You can do lots of sums with an abacus. If you go on YouTube, there's some really gorgeous Chinese abacuses, and they're massive. They are absolutely huge.
Is it abacuses or abacusai?
Abacus high.
Abacuses.
It's Leviosa. I'm all right with maths as long as I can take my shoes and socks
that
off.
bloody dragon, are you, man?
He's saying I'm pronouncing all the words wrong because I don't pronounce the H at the start of the word. Little fecker, that's my accent. Oh, you've got a Leviosa then, eh, up me duck, eh?
Hey, up,
Hi, Adam. Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year to you.
You can't read.
You're talking about abacuses. I mean, watching some program about you talk about the Chinese ones, and the Chinese kids obviously that's what they get to learn their maths on. But have you seen the kids actually doing it without them, and they're actually doing it like that?
Yeah.
It's absolutely it's amazing watching them doing it.
Well, you've got to remember they're doing about 16 hours a day blooming teaching, aren't they? They are amazing.
Help me, Doc, from Ucknall.
And that's how it's pronounced. No H in Ucknall. Bless you.
We're talking about steps here.
What?
You said there's no H in Ucknall.
Fine, thank you, Adam. Cracking show the other night, mate.
It was, yes. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And they're
All
on
20
later on again
minutes
today,
live.
aren't they? You're not getting fluffed yet. It's too early.
Small technical issue there, was there, Adam? Turd or turd instead of third. It happens.
Or if you're from a certain other island, it's tree.
You certainly can ask some advice. Always here to help.
What's up, Sazlex? 5:30 a.m. here and going to be 40 degrees. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
rub it in, Pam. Thank you very much.
40 degrees.
It's
That's
maybe
warm.
about it's maybe about 5 degrees here, and I think the rain's maybe about 45-degree angle, maybe. Yeah.
Well, it was -3 this morning when I got up.
Nah,
We really mild up here this morning.
I wouldn't know, mate. I was watching The Hobbit in bed under the fur. It was nice.
Hey up me, Duck. 40 degrees. That'd be a greasy spot in the pavement, honestly.
It'd be a puddle.
I'd be a puddle of man flab.
That doesn't sound right.
I'd look like Cassandra.
Moisturize me.
Moisturise me.
I take it that's a Doctor Who.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
I know, Adam. It bloody was today for us and
Bloody
all.
what freezing is today.
Yeah, I mean, they said today we were supposed to get a snow bomb, whatever the hell a snow bomb is. Never came to that. Just it pissed the rain all day.
Yeah, you were supposed to be getting a lot of snow, weren't you?
Yeah. Told you we hardly get snow up here. Very rarely do we get snow in the
Very
central
rarely
belt.
we do. We get a lot of fog and rain.
But you guys in England got a lot more snow than we do up here. And it lies for a hell of a lot longer too.
Well, round where we are, we're so low lying, we don't get much. If it's snowing round here, you know Sheffield's got it real bad. Because we are, I think even here, at the bottom of our hill, I think we're only something daft like 4 metres above sea level. If you go further towards where I used to work at Finningley, it was only like 1 metre, 2 metres above sea level.
Plus, we're in shadow at Pennines, so anything tends to fall on Pennines, and then it don't pick up moisture again until it gets further away from us. So
Well, we're part of what's called the Trent Valley as well. We're in the dip of the Trent Valley.
Sazlex, question from Sazlex. I am a smoker and want to stop and tried vaping years ago, but never got much advice about the vaping. So basically, I think what he's asking is what advice can we give him as a smoker wanting to start vaping?
Get your son a Caliburn.
yeah, it's the closest draw. Well, from the ones I've tried, that for me was the closest draw that I had to a cigarette draw.
Yeah.
Or pick up some disposable pods to get you going. But the thing is, you need to stick with it. It
will make you cough.
Yeah, it will make you cough, but it's not the actual device that's making you cough. It's your body that's making you cough because it's getting rid of the shit that's in your lungs.
Well, I'll let you know a bit more about that one then. At the back of your throat, you've got hairs. And obviously, over the period of time of smoking, that dulls them down. Once, obviously, you stop smoking, and now smoke is a dry heat. With vaping, it's a damp heat. And obviously, that tickles the back of your throat. And that's what causes you to cough when you first stop vaping. After about a week to a fortnight, that disappears. So, yeah, just stick at it. But if you're thinking about getting into vaping, don't go to a corner shop. Don't go to a Asda or a Tesco supermarket, that go to a designated vape shop. Sit down with the people, talk to them, explain what you're looking for, and they will point you in the right direction.
Explain how many cigarettes you smoke a day, all that kind of thing. When you're a social smoker, your casual smoker, whatever. It says he smokes rollies, so.
Now, some people, when they're going into vaping, some people don't want a tobacco flavour. They want to go straight to a fruit flavour. Now, flavour-wise, that's the hardest bit. Getting you a device and setting you up that way, that's dead easy. The hardest bit, especially for a new vapor, is the flavours. Because flavour is so subjective.
Yep.
So that's where you really have to bear with it a little bit. You'll be trying, get 10ml bottles, don't get big bottles, just little 10ml bottles, and try different flavours.
And I would go with A Up Me Duck's comment there, that if you dual use smoking and vaping for a while, it may help.
Yeah.
I did that for about 3 weeks, month.
And another bit of advice I can give you is don't just buy the one device. If you can afford it, especially if it's a rechargeable device, because what will happen is, and it does happen. I mean, I know a lot of smokers have done it. They've bought one vape device with one tank, battery goes flat, so they need to recharge that battery up so that they're not vaping. So what do? They reach for the cigarettes again. So if you can afford it, buy a second device as well.
Or get yourself a disposable.
Yeah, as I said, you guys mentioned earlier, disposables.
There's plenty of disposables out there now.
And
I mean,
whereabouts in the country are you, Sazlex?
That's what I was about to ask.
Where are you from?
If you don't mind saying, it's just we do have quite a range of people in chat, so they might be able to actually advise.
And we've got a couple of people in there that's already working in a vape shop in chat, so...
Well, Martin, yeah.
Yeah, Martin's in there.
Martin, exactly. Take it slowly.
I always found it was the big ones. The first fag of the morning, the one after you've eaten. Not so much the evening ones, but those, Kegworth. 2 secs.
Where's Kegworth?
That's what I'm just going to find out, dear boy.
It's in England.
Yeah.
Leicestershire.
Oh. Right.
Junction 21, 24 on M1.
Yeah, not a million miles.
What's it near?
Leicester.
Vape shop, okay.
About 10 minutes from East. Is that East Midlands Airport?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Is that classed as Derby?
No, Leicester, I think.
Yeah, Leicester.
Right, well, there's one actually in Kegworth. It's got a fair review.
Derby, no, it's Leicester. Yeah. There's a Mr. Vapes in Kegworth.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at.
Marketplace, if you know where that is. And some of these the independent vape shops, you get. I personally think you get better advice. Some of the bigger chain shops that they're employing people just to get faces behind counters. But places like I think with Mr. Vapes, it's you're getting I think I would like to think you would get the advice that you need.
Mosh, fist bump.
No, dude.
Yes, definitely go. I can't highly recommend it enough. Go to your local vape shop.
Yeah, Mr. Vape, for all your vaping needs from starter kits to more advanced. There you go.
There you go.
Well, the reviews are good.
Obviously, we can't put links in the chat because YouTube don't like it, so I do apologise for that.
But it may be worth going into just having a look, see what you think. I mean, Nottingham's definitely got.
Oh, there's plenty in Nottingham.
I don't know about
There's
Leicester.
a few in Derby as well.
Is there an Eco Vapes in Nottingham? I think there is. They're more of a chain, but
Eco Vape's a good place to try.
yeah, I do like Eco Vapes.
There's also Herbal Tides. I believe Herbal Tides there in Derbyshire. In Derby, sorry.
Yeah, it's an Eco Vapes in Arnold.
So yeah, go to them and have a chat with them. Tell them your needs, and they'll be able to.
If he starts trying to flog you the latest stuff before he's listened to what you need, leave.
Yeah.
Because that's not a guy that's going to help. I have been in so many vape shops where that's happened. They talk to you for 2 minutes and then all of a sudden they'll pull out something that looks like half a house brick and tell you that's what you need to start using. No. Oh, that's Adam's end of the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
So something like the what did you say, Mark?
I said the Caliburn.
Yeah, the Caliburn.
Definitely. I say the Caliburn is probably the most easy accessible one because most vape shops have got a Caliburn in.
And you're not gonna have problems getting all the coils and things.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. There's an Eco Vapes in Long Eaton, about 10 minutes from Kegworth. Eco Vapes is a chain. They're not an independent store, but they're normally pretty damn good.
And always, the people in this chat or myself, you can always get in touch if you get stuck. If you've got any problems, I'm an email away.
Not a problem, mate. Or go to the Facebook. It's a Facebook Ohm Service live show. Just search for that. Stick a message in there. We'll get back to you, mate.
Yep, definitely. So if you get stuck or you need advice on anything, any problems, just give us a shout. Yep,
Caliburn G kit from that Mr. Vapes is 30 quid.
That's good. Even if you got the original Caliburn. Which should be somewhere around about 27 quid, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure it's compatible with high PG e-liquids. Because some of them just don't like.
But the G is a nice kit.
It is. It really is a nice kit.
And the advantage you've got on that is it's not a sealed pod system, so you
and I've
can't
got the new G to review.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that one.
I got the new G.
There we are. Can definitely recommend the UL Caliburn G. Easy to use, doesn't colour, flavour, good coils. You can pick up a Caliburn original for 20 quid.
Yeah.
That is a bargain. I mean, if you're looking at disposables, most places seem to be flogging them for about 6 quid at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, some places are doing like 5 for 20 quid and things like that.
And believe it or not, even if you do get a Caliburn, it still probably might be a good idea to get a couple of disposables as well.
Just as backup.
Just to try to have them in your pocket. They're always handy.
Now, the only thing I would say is if you're going to get a disposable, watch out for the ice.
Yeah.
It's a weird sensation when you first swap over. Because it's like a sort of mentally bite. Now, I used to use mental filter tips in rollies. So, cheers, Adam.
See you in a bit, Adam.
Take care, dude.
the thing is as well, nicotine strength.
Yes, that's the big one.
Nah, I never had a problem with it.
Well, I mean, if he's coming off if he's coming off the rope, some people find that, especially if they're going that last cigarette at night, if they've got a 20 milligram vape, and then the same in the morning, they're getting that initial hit to tide them over, and then obviously reduce it during the days you're going on. Because I know that's why a lot. I mean, some of the guys that I've known, and that's what they found themselves. That they've said it's in the morning. He said that I'm not getting the nicotine. It's not satisfying my nicotine craving because the nicotine that they're getting in their 10 ml bottles just isn't high enough. So I've said to them, we've got 20 milligram.
I found 20 milligram Nick salts. It normally stop that craving first thing.
And Nick salts is a lot smoother.
And another little bit of advice I will give you. For argument's sake, you do go into vaping and you lapse and end up having a cigarette, do not beat yourself up. And a lot of people do that. It's sort of like, oh, I failed, I've ended up having a cigarette. No. If you end up dual using, the first thing in the morning you need a cigarette, you have a cigarette. But if the rest of the day you're vaping, just think it's just less cigarettes that you've had that day.
Because we'll beat you up if you want us to.
Don't be daft, man.
Fancy that road trip.
Spank, we never beat.
Well, look at it this way. If you have a cigarette in the morning and a cigarette at night time, that's just 2 cigarettes that you've had all day. The rest of the time you're vaping.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the time, smokers that are coming up, fair points, Aslick. A lot of people balk a bit when you're first getting the kit because it seems like you're paying out a lot in one hit. Over the long run, you're going to save yourself thousands. I did.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Even if you dual use, you're still looking at saving about 800, 900 quid a year.
I mean, how much is a pack of a cigarette? I know he smokes roll-ups, but how much is a pouch of roll-ups?
Big pouch, not
30
far.
quid. He's putting about 30 quid is about the same as a pouch.
So it's sort of like you're saving already, aren't you?
And what I found with the dual using, when I got towards the end of it and I switched over to the vaping, fags actually started tasting pretty manky.
30 quid a pouch. Jeeps.
Ouch.
Saying that, cigarettes, are they about 10 quid now, aren't they? 10, 11 quid?
Another, just one more bit of advice I can give you regarding the money side of things. If you're spending 30 quid in a pouch of tobacco and you do progress and you stick to the vaping, that 30 quid, what you would take off that 30 quid to buy your juice, your devices, whatever you've got left, stick it in a bank, stick it in a piggy bank, stick it in a tin can, and just see how much you actually save over the year. It'll bloody surprise you. But don't let the wife see it. Comes in handy for fishing gear and motorbikes and things. Shit.
And on that note, are we going to floof?
Nah, fuck him, he can floof himself. It's a new year, he's not paying us this, he's not paid us, so fuck him.
I know, I haven't seen any of it. None whatsoever.
No, you're not back. I'm not back, I'm nothing. Absolutely bugger all. Fuck it.
Don't forget,
guys.
after us at 9 o'clock, you've got the UK Vape Show with Little Bro Vapes, the wonderful Adam, and a little guy called Vic.
Bless him, and it's lovely to see him back in flow.
It is. It's nice to see him back in the riding horse of a vape show.
Well, it's the booking Bronco of the vape show.
Right, are we going to say our goodbyes?
Yeah. Suppose it's up to me again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always you.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for joining us for our first show of 2022. And would you, lo and behold, would you believe it? We actually talked about vaping for a change.
We did.
That felt strange, actually. But we won't lull you into a false sense of security. We've done it once this year, so that's it. We're done.
That's it for this year.
So yeah, tune in. Same time, same place next week. Hope to see all you guys in chat again in here next week. What we'll talk about then, who knows? Come and join us anyway. I'll be a laugh one way or the other. Anyway, Mark, Steve, start a new year, guys. So onwards and upwards.
Definitely.
But let's put it this way: it can't be any fucking worse. we've got that tide's got to be turning now, hasn't it? Regarding of what's going on in the world with the COVID and all the rest of it. So, guys, love you both. See you here next Thursday. Stephen.
Well, sounds like good luck, dude. I hope you find the device that suits. And as Mark said, don't beat yourself up if you do start and you have a slip back. It's no big. To all the regulars, gorgeous seeing you in chat, darlings. To all the new faces, and there have been a few.
There's been quite a few new faces today.
It's been fabulous. Oh, Pupster. Oh.
Dave.
That face just says, what the hell am I doing up here?
You better not be eating shit.
To all the new faces, thank you for joining us. We hope you join us again next week. Thanks for that, Steve. The dietary comments, darling.
Oh, I did it earlier on tonight, and I went, "What's she eating?"
Oh, don't.
Bare fingers and everything.
To those of us just on the catch up, thank you, and thank you for sticking with us this far. And I shall hand you over to the gaffer.
Well, like everyone else has said, Happy New Year to you all. I hope this year is going to be a lot better than last year, for definitely. People in chat, thank you so much. I want to just say something. If you have got a genuine question that you want to ask us for us to reply to on the next week's show, we have got a Facebook page. Just in case you didn't know, the link is just there. It's the Ohm Service live show. If you go on Facebook, if you've got a question that you want answering in the show, just slap it in there. You're more than welcome, and we'll answer it as best as we can. It's there. It's just over there. Yeah. So if you've got a question that you need asking, any help, advice, we are here to help. So yeah, guys in chat, thank you so much for all your support, and you too. I love my first days.
So do I, mate.
I do love my first days. I love it. Right, I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to give a big shout out to the people on the replay as well. Thank you for getting this far. Big huggles to you guys. We're going to shoot off, and obviously Vic and the gang are on in about 2 minutes' time. So, from me, BFG, and Betty, bye.
Bye.
See you next week. Stay safe, everyone.
Bye.
We don't say pitch slaps no more.
Nah.
That's old hat now.
Isn't it?
Blue waffle.
Flip flop.
Dirty burger.
Mr. Reed says he'll speak to you soon.